Hello YouTube, Hillman here, being serenaded by doves this morning. It's a beautiful 63 degrees here in Texas this morning. It rained this morning. Nice and cool, no wind blowing. It's marvelous. Had rain and thunderstorms almost all week last week. And 2 nights ago we had a tornado about 8 miles to the northwest. Didn't get here, but we got a lot of high wind and some hail. Not too bad. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I went out when the thunderstorm was coming in, and I just love thunderstorms. The power of a thunderstorm is just awe-inspiring to me. And like an idiot, I will go out and stand and watch the lightning because it looks so cool. But I put some video up on Instagram of some of the lightning that we had. It was just awesome because when it would flash, you could just see all the wind whipping the clouds, and it just looked like fingers moving, dark clouds with fingers moving. It was awesome. Smoking some Mississippi River in my Rigoletto Church Warden. Those are great smoking Church Wardens. Not very expensive. You can get them on Pipes and Cigars and several other places. All black to the west. I think some more rain's going to move in here in a little while. I need to mow. I'm living in a jungle. It's rained so much. My backyard, it's about a foot tall back there in some spots. Good thing I have a tractor. So, what is this week's subject? You'll notice the title of this video is Tea Time. So, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about tea. As I've said before, I am not a coffee person anymore. I don't like coffee. Coffee to me is one-dimensional, and taste is subjective before you start throwing bricks at your computer screen or your telephone or your cell phone. Taste is subjective. I just lost my taste for coffee. And I started drinking tea. And I was drinking tea in the bags like Tazo tea and Twinings and other brands like that. But my wife bought for me a huge sample of loose leaf tea. Different varieties. These are all black teas. I love black tea. And never drank loose leaf tea before. Didn't know anything about how to prepare it or anything like that. And so she did some research. She gave me the hookup. And I am amazed at the difference between tea in bags did a small reboot there. and loose leaf tea. This morning I'm drinking some Rimbing Assam tea, and man, is this stuff delicious. Rich, bold, malty. I drink beer. I love beer, and I don't drink beer just to drink beer. I drink beer for the flavors. I drink a lot of craft beer. I love malty. I love citrus. I love floral, and all these things that I enjoy so much in beer and picking up out of beer, and I'm finding in tea and in loose leaf tea. Because you certainly don't get it from a tea bag. And so let's just kind of just go over a little bit of tea. So if you've ever thought about getting into tea, and I want to say that I know we have some coffee experts here on YouTube. Derek Tant, Ghostly Smoker, JB Beard, Oregon Piper. These guys are coffee brewing gurus, and they could probably make me a cup of coffee that would blow my mind. So that's a little disclaimer. But loose leaf tea. So in order to make loose leaf tea, you've got to be able to have like a tea ball, what they call an infuser, which would be a tea ball. Some look like a little pair of tongs, the deal where you put the tea inside of it, and then you run the tea over it and you let it steep. And so, you know, whatever strength you want. I find that 5 to 8 minutes is good for me. But my wife got me this little guy. I named this guy Earl Grey. If you know tea, Earl Grey. Yeah, I know, it's not very original. But this little guy has holes in his legs. So basically, I just take 2 teaspoons of loose leaf tea, and I'll fill them up in his pant legs. And this little guy just hangs onto the side of the cup like this, and he makes tea for me. Actually, his name is Mr. Fred or something like that, and I'll put a link to one of these little guys in the bucket as well. And he makes pretty darn good tea, Mr. Fred does. But the thing that I found that as I've gotten older, and I've been on this earth almost 60 years, maybe a little before, maybe a little after, I ain't saying. But I'm just amazed that I find things, you know, in senior adulthood that I never really cared for when I was younger, or things that I've never even tried before, like this. And this is a wonderful experience. Tea, loose leaf tea and pipe tobacco seem to run like train tracks. They parallel each other very much. The subtleties of a pipe tobacco, not so much for a cigar, but pipe tobacco seems to have, there's so many varieties, like a pipe tobacco, like there are loose leaf teas, you know, aromatics, vapors, Englishes, Virginias, Burleys, and then tea, you've got Assam, you've got Earl Grey, you've got, you know, all these different kinds of tea, you've got herbal, you've got, it just, I mean, they just, like this. And so, I've been experimenting with a lot of these different teas here and different pipe tobaccos, and I found that they complement each other very well. And not like coffee, where coffee has, you know, it pairs with a lot of things, certainly, but there's not really, to me, a lot of nuances that makes coffee special. And so this has been a wonderful experience for me. And so when you get to loose leaf tea, let's just pull out this creamy Earl Grey here. There's like your normal Earl Grey tea. Tastes like Earl Grey tea. Has beautiful hints of vanilla and orange. And but this actually has flowers in it. Some blue flowers. It has this wonderful, deep, rich, heavy cream, vanilla flavor to it. And hopefully you'll be able to see this. I'm going to pull this out. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see kind of the little blue flowers in there. Oh, you can smell the Bergeron in there. Wonderful vanilla and orange flavor. Aroma, not flavor. Unless you make it, of course. But so these are just like a lot of varieties. And let's just pull some of these out and we'll take a look at them. Here we've got... that's more blue flower. There's this is my favorite. Remember, Estate. This stuff is heavy, like a cup of coffee. Heavy, bold, and just has this wonderful maltiness to it. I love malted milkshakes, and this has this wonderful malty flavor to it. It goes excellent with Mississippi River. probably my favorite combo right now. Find some more of these. We've got just your standard English breakfast tea. There's an Irish breakfast tea in here. There's an orange spice, which is pretty good. It's a little too orangey for me, but that's okay. This is really good. This is Killingworth Estate candy. This has a really nice sweetness to it. This really goes really well with a Virginia and or a Perique blend. If you have a really spicy Perique blend, like Cajun cake or pirate cake, this stuff goes really well with that. It's got some extra sweetness in it that helps mellow out the spiciness. And this stuff here, Golden Imperium Union, this stuff is friggin' awesome. It's just another malty, has a malty richness to it, but it has like a jam or a jelly kind of a fruit flavor to it that comes up, and it just is just really good. It has like a I'm at a loss for words, but anyway, there you go. There's just a little brief. If you drink coffee and you've never, or if you drank tea and you don't really care for tea and you've been drinking it from a tea bag, go down almost every. I know they have a couple of stores here where I live. Go down and find you a tea store and explore loose leaf tea. You're going to be absolutely amazed by the depth of flavor, that comes along with it. You're going to find something that you really enjoy that will go along with your favorite pipe tobaccos, and it's really good stuff, as I like to say. Man, it feels good out here. That's it. That's my tea lesson. So anyway, guys, go out and investigate some tea. I think you'll like it a lot. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope next week finds you blessed as always. And until we share another bowl together, you two, cheers and peace.